Yay, Kelly.
Yay!
Yeah.
Do you need a microphone?
Oh,
I have one. I guess I use this one. Yeah, but is my 20 seconds going? Holy smokes. Can I leave it here though, or do I have to hold it?
It's up to you.
Okay. Oh man, I gotta start over.
You want me to start?
Yes, please. Can we start over?
Thank you, Andrea. Woo, Andrea.
Let me know when.
Okay, when? Thank you.
Woo, Kelly.
I knew it was coming. I knew I had to let it go. My family knew it first. I was buried in darkness and legal bills. Dismayed by the debauchery of the legal system, political cowardice, and my own fragility, heartbroken, I sold the Strand Theatre. Mama always said, life isn't fair. So for now, I will be an outlaw. Armed with color and the need for simplicity, I will forge ahead, unafraid to distort my art and my life in whatever way pleases me. Because Mama was right, life is not fair. Last month, I was accepted into a writer's workshop produced by Orion Magazine. I was honored to join a small group of environmental writers whose work focused on poetry and short essays. I learned that my silly poems don't always have to be so silly. I learned that there are no rules and outlaws are welcome. This is a poem I wrote about the ebb and flow of inspiration. Deceitful, it never was her nature to be. No cruelty held in her simple tickling hand. Yet the trickery of her death reigns in shards. Soaking my paper skin, and I spin until it dries into a thin and quiet shell. For now, the numbness, a relief from the encompassing smother of grief. For this, a short moment in time. Bump, bump, wump, wump. My heartbeat echoes off my barrier shell. Bump, bump, wump, wump. The lullaby of my own punctual pulse seduces me. For this, a short period in time, I believe this stillness will always be mine. Bump, bump, wump, wump, bump, bump, wump, wump. But the stillness morphs, turning sideways as I spin, and that beat burdens on. Bump, bump, wump, wump, bump, bump, wump, wump. A blackness grows the hollow over, and I lick the edge of a metronome madness. Bump, bump, wump, wump, bump, bump, wump, wump. A smothering fungus eats my colorless thought, and I weep rivers for my own salvation. Slowly, my wet and weakening shell softens to a soaked paper skin. And through it, she gently pokes her glitter light in. Once, twice, 3 times, again. Fragments fall away and sparkling colors surround her. A willow-tipped finger tickles my lip. A giggle and sadness dissolves. Her tangerine breath floats me a song. Bump, 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 bing, da ling. Sing, little girl, sing. Cradling promise like a virgin nymph, she trails cinnamon flowers and petals of light. I go blind to the troubling darkness I've left behind. For this, a short moment in time. Thank you for listening to my not so silly poem. Travel and the discovery of culture and people and places has always been my favorite way of finding glitter light. I want to keep things lightweight and simple for a while, but over a decade ago I began taking one of my collaborative finger smear paintings around the world, working to empower and connect adolescent girls through the power of art. All the girls participate in one finger smear that goes from place to place to place, And they also create a piece of art that's all about themselves. It's based on a conversation about community, their thoughts about it, what they like, what they want to see change, what they can do to be part of that change in order to create happier and healthier communities. We've produced it in 26 locations around the world so far. It's been eye-opening and inspiring for me as much as for them. We still need to bring it to South America, the Middle East, and the Australian continent before culminating that project. It's not lightweight, and it is not simple, but I can feel it brewing in the back of my imagination again. But for now, I'm just gonna let it noodle around in my imagination. Did you know that your imagination is a muscle? It's a use it or lose it kind of thing. Too many of us are told to stop daydreaming, so we do. But it is the first thing that gives us the ability to imagine something other than what we're presented with. It's the first step toward change. To grow your imagination, to be tickled by it, it helps to block out some of the static that our modern world presents. Nature and art always help get me there. I let a little less external market-driven content get pushed in, so my happier inner creative content has some space to come out. I'm going to take off for a little while and get some nature. Tomorrow I'm headed out west to paint mountains and cowboys, and then up to Maine for that untamably rugged surf. And then I'm going to PechaKucha to visit a small village where my ancestors came from. I'm going there and I want to paint. I always imagined I would, and I'm gonna go. But my heart is here in this little village filled with strong women and creative thinkers doing their own thing. About a year ago, I began the process to help to form a 501c3 to help fund the activities in what was to be the Strand Arts Building. The IRS approval came in a few weeks ago. Timing is everything. I'd like to see it get put to good use. We have a rich community of artists who would benefit from grants to help produce new original works intended for public consumption. We also have an affluent community of people who would love the opportunity to participate in the arts and access some of that glitter light for themselves. So I'm noodling ways that we can still make that happen, perhaps in some altered version of what was the Strand Arts vision. A place where we can all find our own inner outlaw and bathe in glitter light. Something fun coming soon.